news just coming in. The Indian Air Force will be on a state of operational alert ahead and during the G20 Summit in the national capital. India Today now gets you details of the Indian Air Force Operation Trishul that will coincide with the G20 Summit. So IAF, the Rafales, the Mirage 2000s, the Su-30 MKIs, they'll carry out a series of exercises not far from the line of control and the line of actual control. Not just the fighter jets, the Chinooks and the Apache helicopters will also be a part of these simulated war drills or exercises of Trishul during the G20 Summit. From satellites to drones, the eye in the sky will remain active. The special forces are also a part of these exercises from the 4th to the 14th of September. The exercises will be in the northern sector. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Manjeet Singh Negi and Shiv Arur for more on this big story, breaking first and exclusive on India Today. Manjeet, bring us details of the exercises that are planned between the 4th and the 14th of September.
Well, Gaurav, as you are aware that the G20 Summit is the largest gathering of global leaders in such large number in the country in the last many decades. Around the same time of the meeting, an exercise, Trishul, in the northern sector along the border with China and Pakistan is being held. All major fleet fighter like Rafale, Mirage 2000 and Su-30 will be participating in the drill along the heavy lift transport aircraft and chopper including Chinook and Apache. In view of summit, fighter jet including Rafale have been put in the high alert at the operational readiness platform level to respond to any situation less than 6 minutes. And the Air Force has also activated the air bases in and around the national capital Delhi, including Hindon Air Base and also Ambala, Bhatinda, Adampur and Sirsa.
Multiple heads of state and government will be in India, including the US President. I quickly want to bring in India Today's Shiv Arur for more on this. Shiv, explain the timing and the thinking behind these exercises.
Well, as you know, complex war games and military exercises take many weeks to plan and many weeks to execute. There are a lot of moving parts. There is a great deal of detailing that goes into putting together a military exercise of this scale. And the Trishul exercise, by all accounts, is going to be a pretty extensive exercise. As India Today's Manjeet Negi has reported, the Air Force is going to be deploying almost all of its air assets, or at least airframes from all of its aircraft fleets at the border areas with China, whether it is Ladakh or J&K or Punjab or Himachal. It's going to be a big exercise, but let's never forget that there is a great deal of messaging also that happens. The G20 also isn't something that was decided just a few weeks ago. It's been a long time in the planning phase as well. The dates have been known for a long time as well. So the Indian Air Force deciding to put up this offensive combat war game, military drill, whatever you want to call it, at a time when all these countries are going to be in India. There's still suspense over Xi Jinping's attendance, despite what Reuters and others are reporting. There's no official confirmation, but assuming that even if he doesn't come, the fact is the psychological effect of a vast military exercise on the China border at a time when the India-China standoff continues to be the largest military standoff in the world at this point of time, sends out a huge message as far as a country that will do what it takes to defend itself against an unpredictable and an unsavory neighbor that continues to have territorial ambitions. This is a country, remember, that literally all other, many members of the G20 have problems with, whether it is, whether it is the United States, whether it is Canada, whether it is the United Kingdom. All of these countries have their own individual issues with China, but it is India that is fighting China face to face, diplomatically and of course militarily as well. So this exercise, Trishul, by the Indian Air Force is one element of a game that India, in my opinion, has been late to come to, but is obviously playing it really, really well and playing it in a hard-nosed fashion. Playing mind games, psychological operations, power projection, showing what the Indian Air Force is capable of, choosing to do it using air power, which the Indian Air Force and the Indian government know, the India enjoys a huge advantage on, especially in eastern Ladakh. So all of these factors go into, the subtle and overt interplay between two countries that could very well be at war. Thankfully, that's a remote prospect. But this war game certainly goes a great distance in telling both China and the world that India is not just any other country.